today. And also Pak Ronald, our Dean, the Faculty of Engineering. Thank you, Pak Ronald, for facilitating us and to communicate also with Professor Joe for today's event. This event is collaboration in with between the Atmajaya Faculty of Engineering and also the Department of Industrial and System Engineering, Chung Yuan Christian University, Taiwan. And we will discuss and talk about the introduction of the product development. And this is the expertise of the Professor Joe. And let me read some brief biography of Professor Joe. He's an associate professor and chair in the Department of Industrial and System Engineering, Chung Yuan Christian University, and he has published over 100 technical papers and reports, and also 3 patents. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe we'll have another one and another and additional, and has translated to 2 books. And he has involved in many research projects since he joined the department in 2004 and has received significant amount of research grant from various resources, including the National Science Council, Chung-Shan Institute of Science and Technology, Industry Technology Research Institute, Chung Yuan Christian University, and also from many companies. And his education background is Master of Mechanical Engineering from Ohio University, USA, and PhD in Integrated Engineering, Ohio University, and his research interest in virtual reality and ergonomics, design and innovative human-machine interfaces, new product design, smart manufacturing, machine learning, and data analysis. And he has also a work experience in US. I see this in the Celtron, Fremont, in San Jose, California, Pentatronics. Yes, I believe we are in the right hands and Professor Joe has extensive experience and research about this area. And without further ado, Professor, now the time is yours. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, okay, let me share my screen. Sorry, let me try again.
Yeah, I can see.
Can you see that?
Not now, because it disappeared.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about now?
Not yet. Yeah. For all the students, we appreciate if you can also show your on the camera, if it's possible, so we can interact very efficient. Yeah. Yeah. Now it's we can, yes. Now we can see.
Okay. So can you see the PPT?
This is the screen. This is the computer screen. Professor, maybe
Not
the PPT.
PPT? How about
Yes.
now?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So let me move here. Okay. Can I start now? Should I start now?
Yes, Professor. But
Okay.
yeah. Okay.
Okay. So good afternoon, everybody. So I don't know if you guys are the student who I introduce how to get into the smart manufacturing era last last couple weeks. I don't know if you are the same group. So, but anyway, I'll start my class today. So this is me. So I won't introduce me again. But today's topic is product planning and development. Okay. How? So the objectives of today will be introduction and customer needs. And if I have time, I'll introduce some sampling technique. So in the beginning, students should know what is a product. What is a product? Products are outputs obtained from production process, or you can say transformation. And it's a value added from raw materials, which means input materials and then add value added to those material. And the commodities that the company sells to customers. So what is product design and the development? All process related to product existence, which include all activities ranging from identification of customer desires to fabrication, sales, and the delivery of products. A part of innovation process that exists in the business world. Okay, so students, you must know what is the definition of a product, and you should learn what is product design and development. Since product design and development has some advantages. First one is financial objectives. The success of product design in the market will influence to generate a decent return on investment. And then sales growth. The creative and the innovative product design will extend the product maturity cycle. Third one is response to competition. Product excellence, which is the result of good design, will be the winning factor in the market. And then capacity advantage. The design of new products or development of existing products can make the company expand its business so that it will increase the use of existing production resources. And then product life cycle. Every product will go through phases of introduction, growth, maturity, and then decline. Product design becomes important because the age of the product is limited. And the last advantage is response to environment changes. So there are so many environment changes in the world, even in a certain country like Indonesia. So you must face it and then try to solve the problem. Okay, so product development stage. There are 5 stages for product development. But before the 5 stages, there is a beginning stage. We call it zero, the number zero stage. So the stage one is planning. Okay, planning. You should do in the planning stage? You should proceed, project approve, approval and the actual product development launch process. And you should consider product development opportunities. So let's move on to the first stage, concept development. So in this stage, you should identify the needs of the target market. And then you should generate and evaluate alternative products concept. And then select one or more concepts for further development and experiments. Okay. The second stage is system level design. In this stage, you should define product architecture and the product description into systems, subsystems, and components, and define the final assembly description for the production system. And then the output is the phase, usually include a product layout, functional specification of each product subsystem, and a preliminary process follow diagram for the final assembly process. But be aware of this. In this stage, you should briefly calculate what is your cost. Okay, at this stage, you should have a so-called a BOM, BOM, bill of materials. You should calculate the cost from your bill of materials, which is BOM, we call it. So, and the third stage, detail level design. The detail level design phase includes a complete specification of the shape, material, and tolerance of all unique components in the product, and the identification of all standard components purchased from suppliers. At this stage, you should have a more precision prediction of your cost. Okay, so move to the fourth stage is testing and the repair. This stage involves the construction and the evaluation of various initial production versions and of the product. The initial we call it alpha type, prototype. You should do the test to determine whether the product will work as planned and whether the product meets the main customer certification needs. So next will be subsequent prototype. We call it beta type. Made with components needed in production but are not assembled using the final assembly process as in actual assembly. So at this stage, the final cost should be determined, and how much you want to sell. You should have a very clear map in your brain. So the final step will be initial production. The product is made using the actual production system. Products produced during initial production are sometimes tailored to the customer wishes and carefully evaluate to identify and deficiencies. Okay, so please don't just be stick on these 6 stages. In different companies, they should define their or determine their own stages. It depends on what kind of industries you are in. Okay, so again, you can change all the stage all the time, but you must follow your final final steps. Okay, so let's move on to here. What is a commodities? Commodities. What is a commodity? New technologies and the new products are ultimately sold commodities. The so-called commodities refers to satisfy this we say formula or function. Commodity value should larger than commodity price. What does that mean? Okay. Commodity value should large commodity price. And commodity price should larger than commodity cost. So think about it. Why you buy a cellular phone, no matter what brand, but if you buy an Apple cellular phone, iPhone, if you buy an iPhone, so why you spend more money buy it? So you should in your mind you should thinking said iPhone's value is larger than their price. So value and price are different. Okay, and of course, Apple company sells their iPhone. The cost is much less than their commodity price. So one thing is very important. Only customers who really pay for those products can evaluate the value of a commodities. So I don't know in your society. Long time ago in Taiwan, we can get a lot of free trial products, but so far free trial is not necessarily appreciated. Only when a commodity is affixed with a price tag and appears on the market, the outcomes can be determined. So every product should have a we say should have a feature. We call it sales point. So sales point is the demand for commodity value. So for example, I think in Indonesia, the TV should have many different brands, even a car. Why you buy Hyundai? Why you buy Honda? Why you buy Mercedes-Benz or BMW? Every car uh, have its own sales point. The cellular phone is the same. Everything is the same, unless you are the only company who make this certain product or commodities. So we should find out this target market. Think about these 4 different market or categories. People in category A, they only buy products value much larger than products price. What's that? What's the product it is? Maybe you can answer me later on. And the people in category B, they think a product's value should larger than product price. Category C. They think a product or a commodity they want to buy, their value or its value should be equal to product's price. And in category D, there are some people who thought product value should less than product price. Okay, I give you a hint. In category A, product value much larger than product price. So people who buy Hermes Birkin bag, I don't know if you know Hermes Birkin bag, a lady's bag. It cost me maybe more than 10,000 US dollars to buy a lady's bag. Okay, but who will buy it? Only very rich woman will buy it, or very rich man will buy it for a woman. Okay, so or who will buy Ferrari or Porsche? It's just a car, but much more expensive than Mercedes-Benz. Who will buy it? They are people in category A, since they think they have a luxury car, they feel good in front of people. So that's mean product's value much larger than product price. And category B, products value larger than product's price. Well, that's a normal people. That's a group of normal people that think, I like it, and then the price is good, and then I buy it. Okay, people in category C. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll give you an example. Who are people in category B? They buy luxury products, but only in on sale season or after season products. They will buy it. They will buy something like Chanel or Hermes, even Boss or whatever luxury brand, but only buy it in outlet or in on sale season. Okay, people in category C, products value equal to products price. They buy maybe clothes or buy commodities in a public supermarket. They don't wear famous brands clothes, or they don't buy very expensive shoes, bag, or whatever. And people in category D, they may not have much money to buy a good product, so they will buy products only in a big sale, big price drop. They will buy it. So price should not be added or subtract based on the cost. You should have this kind of an idea. Why you should learn this? Since maybe in the near future you will become a boss, and then or you may own a factory to manufacture many goods. Okay, so it should try to reduce the cost from the formula of commodity value larger than commodity price. So if you can reduce the cost from this formula, then you can have more benefit, or we call it profit. There are two examples. Starbucks. I remember a long time ago when I was in Aceh, Indonesia. I s- I always go to a famous coffee shop and then have a cups cheaper Sumatra coffees in a very cheap price with my friend there. Okay, but if you go to Jakarta shopping mall, you pay cup maybe $3 to buy a cup of Starbucks, but they drink like the same. And why you buy a Nike shoes, sports shoes? Why? Okay, since you may think if you wear a pair of Nike shoes, then you feel good. So you wish to pay more to get a pair of Nike shoes, right? So 7, remember this: demands commodity value and the luxury commodity value are different. So a brand name popular shoes, it may cost you 500 US dollars. Wow, that's a huge. Okay, or we call it um, uh, something like Hermes shoes. It's just like this kind of price. 500 US dollars buy a lady's shoes, a pair of ladies' shoes. Okay, so the brand name popular shoes, the price is a demand commodity value, which is maybe 100 bucks, plus luxury commodity value, which is 400 bucks. The $400 is from the brand name, since it's a very popular, famous brand name, so it costs you a lot. But is it the truth? It really costs that much? Actually, when it is out of the season, on sale, luxury commodity value from 400 US dollars drop to zero, and then the demands commodity value, which means everyone needs at least one pair of shoes, right? So you are wish maybe you can, if you are affordable to buy an $100 shoes, then why not? So since in the out of season on sale season, you don't have to pay the luxury commodity value. You just need pay $100, and then you can have a name brand name shoes, right? So that's, I hope those those 7 ideas can help you to learn where is your target market, who are your target customers. Okay, so next, you should identify of customer needs. There is a, a useful tool named Kano model. It teaches you strategies are needed to identify customer desires. In this case, Kano model introduced by Nari, Nariaki Kano is used. Kano's model is a model that aims to categorize the attributes of a product or service basis based on how well the product service can satisfy customer needs. So think about it. If you want to buy a commodity, what kind of performance can satisfy your wishes or your desire. Okay, so here are three examples of Carnot attributes. The first one is basic needs. It is a consumer desire that is assumed to exist in a product. And the presence of an attribute in the product does not increase customer satisfaction. And if the attribute is removed, it will disappoint customers. Basic need. If, for example, if you buy an LCD TV, the speaker is a basic needs. Okay, and the screen qualify is a basic needs. And the LCD TV means it's very thin. It's much thinner than the traditional uh, tribute screen TV. Okay, or we call it Trinitron, tubes TV. Okay, so then the second one is performance need. Customer satisfaction is linearly related to high work attributes. If the attributes is not present in a product, it will be disappoint, and if it is present, it will increase satisfaction. What does that mean? For example, if you buy a TV, the brand name, even Sony, Panasonic, or whatever brand name, if you know it should have a speaker, at least one pair of speakers. Okay, but if your speakers is, we call it stereo. Stereo means high performance stereo speaker. It increase your satisfaction. It's not a normal speaker. It's a stereo speaker. Then it will increase your satisfaction. Okay, but next to higher level, it calls excitement needs. Customers are aware of additional attribute offered. If the attribute is present, it can reach the highest level of customer satisfaction. Otherwise, it does not reduce customer satisfaction. For example, you buy an LCD TV, you have a stereo speaker, but if you pay the same price, it give you a surrounding speaker. Wow, that would be like you have a cinema in your home, right? So you will much satisfy your needs. So remember the category of Carnot attributes: basic, performance, and excitement. Okay, so when you design a product, you can add those needs to satisfy your customers, and then maybe you can get more profit, or you can sell it at higher price. Okay, but if you can reduce your cost, that's an issue. Okay, and then how to fulfill customers' need. Step to fulfill customer needs. The first one is collecting raw data from customers. So knowing who are the potential customers of the products is very important. And you can conduct a survey for the desire of target customers. The survey must be able to capture respondents who represent the population. And then third one is determination of sampling methods, such as a simple random sampling, satisfied random sampling, clustered clusters, or a combination. So if you have chance to pursue your master degree, no matter in Indonesia or overseas, those methods can help you to write a very good thesis. Okay, so the second one is interpretation of raw data to customer requirements. Customer needs are expressed as a written statements and are the result of interpretation of needs in the form of raw data obtained from customers. Okay, so far many researchers or master or PhD student use those raw data and then apply AI, which is in artificial intelligence, to analyze those data and then to uh, find out uh, some answer, to find out answer why, what is the really customer needs. Okay, so third one is determine the relative level of importance. The result of this step is a weighting for each attribute of the desire. Too well can be done, such as data collection of team members based on their experience and the customer surveys through interviews or questionnaires. The fourth step is results and process analysis. The team must test the interpretation results to ensure that they are consistent with the knowledge and the institution that has been developed through long-term interactions with customers. Okay, so remember this. What is this? This is a popular design named rotator potato pillars. So if you can type something in on the matrix column, please let me know if you will buy it or not. It around 25 years ago, this one cost you $20 at that time in the market. Actually, 1999, 19.99 cents dollar. Okay, so who will buy it? It looks fancy. It looks like a high technology design. So see, it has a flexible blade, and then it fixed on the top and bottom of this kind of shape. No matter it is potato or it's a pear or it's an apple or even an orange can be peeled by use this equipment, even carrot. Okay, so but But at that time, it was completely defeated by a product by this. Okay, this one only cost $1.99. Okay, this one named Oxo Pillar. So as you can predict, this one is totally disappeared, completely disappeared in the market. But why? Tell me why. Think about it. Why? So as my consideration, before I design this kind of products, I should have a survey at least who will buy, who will pay 20 US dollars to buy a pillar. But really, it is true. Really, not much. Not many people would do that. Okay, this one is much better. Okay, so today I have a assignment or a question. You don't have to answer me today. Okay, why AirPod so successful? Why? But if you, I believe that all of you know what is AirPod. This one is AirPod. It cost you maybe 200 US dollars. But last time I get a I get a similar one like this from my friend. It just cost me maybe $20, 20 US dollars, even less. But they have same function, almost the same shape. But why many people spend 200 US dollars to buy a set of AirPods? Okay, so think about it. So since the time is so limited, I will introduce some method for collecting raw data from customers. Remember this those methods. You may use them for your future research, or you may use them when you work in a company who produce their own products, especially they have their own product development. Okay, so method for collecting data, you can use interview, focus group, questionnaires, observation, and the scoring scale. You may use nominal scale or ordinal scale, interval scale, or ratio scale. A famous method is called Likert scale. If you are we going to pursue your master's degree, I will strongly suggest you use Likert scale. But think about it. Remember this: data. Data is a it's just like a garbage. Data is a garbage. If you don't know how to treat it, if you know how to treat your bunch of data to be information, then you will be success. It's a success, a success activities. Okay, and then your information. If you know how to use your information, you will become your knowledge, and then you can reach even more successful step. Okay, so at this moment, I won't introduce the method one by one. Okay, as you can see, interview is a very simple method. Okay, and let me move to next page. And then for focus group are group discussions facilitate facilitate by a moderate to discuss a particular topic. Well, if you are in a company, maybe you can do this. But if you are work for your master thesis or your maybe your final project, it may not be the good method. That's my own point of view. Okay, questionnaire will help you to get some uh, quantities for you. Okay, quantize your research. You may use questionnaire, but questionnaire is not that easy. You should have a very strong statistical skill. Okay, not questionnaire, not just if you want to buy it or not. No, not that easy. There are many variables, and then they have dependent variables and then the independent variables. You should know. So it's a questionnaire is a very good method to find your solution or find out the answer what you want. Okay, so questionnaire, of course, the same with a survey. Okay, survey you must use questionnaire. Observation is not that good for quantize. Okay, but observation is observing customers who use the product or do work following the product's purpose. Okay, but it spend times to observe them. Okay, just like a just like a spy. You hide in somewhere. Okay, but it's not a good method in my point of view. Okay, and then I won't spend time on scoring scale, as I mentioned that Likert Likert scale is a good one. Likert scale measures attitude, uh, attitude, opinions, and the perceptions of a person or a group of people about social phenomena. Okay, so for quantitative analysis, the answer can be scored. For example, agree always very positive given a score of 5. Agree often positively score would be 4, something like that. Okay, so uh, interpretation of raw data into customer requirements. There are some guidelines for writing a customer needs statement. Okay, I'll leave this PPT for you guys if you need. So I won't go this page by page, by page. So there are some examples you can learn. This one is interpretation of customer requirements for electrical screwdriver product. Yeah, and then this one is a raw data interpretation for a rice washing machine. Who need a rice washing machine? Who are the customers? What is their needs? What are their needs? And then how can you satisfy their needs, or their desires? Okay. In my own opinion, maybe a restaurant may need a traditional uh, Indonesian food restaurant or Chinese food restaurant may need a rice washing machine. If you want to sell this product to a family, I don't think you can get it. Okay, and there are some alternative answers, and this is respondent to statements. Anyway, anyways, since the time is limited, so I won't go through it one by one. Okay, so here are some sampling techniques. A sample is representing a certain population according to the intended target market. Sampling is a method or technique used to take samples. Sampling can save cost and time. The best sampling is a sample that can represent the intended population or target community. So you may use sampling technique to find out people who are in the category A, B, C, D. Find out who are they, what are they need, what do they need, what are their desires. It may help you to create or to produce a very good product to satisfy their requirements. Okay, so here are some sampling constructor. Uh, for example, a probability sample and a non-probability sample. Then I hope you can learn it by yourself, or maybe your professor or your lecturer will teach you this. And then here are some methods, some called simple random sampling and then systematic random sampling. Choose your your group for your survey to fill out your questionnaire. You can use those methods and stratifies random sampling, group cluster sampling. There are so many methods. Okay, and I cannot tell you which one is good, which one is bad in this sampling technique, but you need to read more paper. You need to find out more references for your literature review. Okay, and then even this formula called Yemen's formula, but I won't teach you this here. But just leave this PPT for you guys self-learning. Okay, okay. This is my today's lecture. Okay, thank you guys. So any question,
Yes.
you are welcome. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Prof,
Okay.
for
Welcome.
your lecture and explanation. And I invite now the some of our students, if you have a question about the product introduction, please feel free to ask the question. Well, we have exposure. Yes. Oh, yes, sir. Bu Riana. Okay.
No, this is just an information to Professor that we can not see your full face, Professor. We can only
Oh,
see
sorry.
from bottom. So
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
this
How
is
about this? How about now?
this is better, Professor. I'm
Well,
sorry to
I
Yeah.
should buy a new
interrupt the
one.
lecture.
I should buy a new one.
That's a new one, Professor.
No, that one is from you, right? A couple
Yes,
months ago.
yeah,
But
that's
anyway, thank you for this camera. But okay,
Thank you, Boriana.
actually, I
Yes.
did it by purpose on purpose since I'm look old and ugly. So I
Okay.
won't. I don't mean to hurt anybody. So that's why I put it lower. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh. Yes. Thank you, Prof. And I invite the students here if you have any question. Because it is interesting, Professor. Because we are just starting our product development courses and this semester, and also the students. Uh. It is just a beginning of the a chapter of the book. So yeah, maybe they have some question here and there about the product.
Okay.
Please feel free, our students. We have already the students from the Vietnam in the house. So feel free also if you want to ask to the professor.
So students are freshmen or sophomore or
Yeah. This is the third semester, semester 3, the third,
okay.
the second. I mean the second. Yeah, the second year.
Yeah, sophomore. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the second year.
Understand. Okay.
Yeah.
So they are different group with the last one I introduced, smart
Yeah.
manufacturing group. Yeah. Okay, I see.
Yeah. Not yeah. It is different.
Okay.
Yeah. Feel free, Morris, and all the friends here. If you have any question and you want to know more, please don't hesitate to ask. Yeah, They're so shy,
I
Professor.
know. Maybe
Yeah. Uh, One thing, maybe before the students, yeah, I'm quite interested about the topics because me too have uh, a passion also about the product development, and I just wonder, do you have any, I mean, about the research or something? Uh, it is about the life cycle. This maybe beyond the product. I just wondering, do you have any maybe experience or yeah, research? Once we develop a product, it should have age. I mean, the product will have its life cycle, right? It's a
yes.
life cycle. Is
Yes.
there any typical period of life cycle? Because everything is now new products come to the market and very fast, so the
Hmm.
life cycle is very short, and
Yes. Yes.
I just wondering how to prolong the life cycle. So when once we develop a product, it can be long last, or the industry just want the product is more shorter and shorter because
Hmm.
they want to have a short life cycle also. How about your opinion, Professor? Like, sorry,
Yeah.
one example, like the my air conditioner.
Yeah.
My parents' air conditioner is maybe about 20 years.
Wow.
Uh,
That's
Now, yes, but
that's
it's still
monster.
working like
Yeah.
refrigerator. But
Yeah.
now the life cycle is also 3 years, 4 years. Is it by design or the industry, or maybe we have to, as a designer, have to force to design a product that have the limited life cycle?
Yeah.
Thank you, Prof.
Okay. Actually, I don't have any research regarding this topic or the life cycle, but a couple years ago, I teach a class named Green Design, and then yeah, I answer you that question: why the life cycle is so short at this moment, or we call it era, since people use reliability to count how long it will survive, since they need to they need company need to survive. If I sell you uh, a air conditioner, then you can use for 20 years, then how can I survive, right? So it's it I believe it is on purpose. It is really on purpose. Okay, so they wish you to change it so oftenly than used to be. Okay, since people knows the compressor or a car's engine will cost more fuel or cost electricity more when it getting old, right? So I believe they use the method that like reliability analysis to design how long it would be, how long for its life would be. Okay, that's my I believe that. And then so a long time ago, I not really long time ago, couple years ago, I teach the green design. We use some method to learn this kind of green material can survive for how long, can stand for how long. Okay, so then use this to calculate the life cycle period. Okay, so anyway, green design, yeah, green design life cycle is very important issue. It's considered so by now. So I like your question. Then maybe I should start my own research on this field. Okay, but
Yes.
okay,
Yes. That's nice. Okay.
yep.
Thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome, Marcel.
Thank you, Professor. So
Thank
we welcome the students here. If you have any question, I think I know you have the curiosity, but maybe yeah, you shy to
Yeah,
raise the
yeah.
question. Please feel
When I
free, or you can chat in the chat box. You can also in the chat box, please. You can type in the chat box if you have any difficulties. Morris, you can organize also if you have your friends. Or Morris, you have any question to Professor, please?
maybe Rihanna can answer all the question for me if they since maybe they are afraid to ask question from me since maybe I'm old and ugly and then
Oh no, no,
Rihanna is
no.
young and beauty so maybe so
Oh, they are not afraid, Professor. They are amazed. They are
yeah
amazed.
Eh, eh,
Morris,
maybe
yes, please.
I'll tell you tell you what I'm planning to visit Indonesia maybe before the end of November. So far since
Oh, great.
the uh, the quarantine issue is clear in Taiwan, so I may visit you soon. Yeah. So at that time, maybe students can face to face to answer to ask me question, and I can
Oh, nice.
maybe yeah. Hopefully yeah. They they don't be shy. Won't be shy at that time. Yeah. I know they are shy. When I was young, when I was
Yeah,
in
yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
sophomore years, I was shy as well. Okay.
Yeah, I understand. I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully we can meet Professor in November. Uh,
Hopefully. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And all the students here can ask in person about their curiosity, their question. And
Okay.
I do believe, yeah. Morris, you have any question, please? Morris, you can raise also.
Okay, Professor. I have a question that from your experience and your research, what are the key success factors in product development?
Key
Thank you, sir.
success. Well, well. You are giving me a test, right? So okay. Tell you what. I have I my according my experience, customer needs always the first key factor. Okay. And then the your target market, you should find out what is your target market. Okay, if just like that product I show you, rotator potato peeler, it looks fancy, but no one to buy, nobody to buy, no one to buy it, right? Why? Since they didn't do a survey to find out who are in the group of their target market. Okay, people use Axer peeler very well for for decades. Why? Why I need a fancy peeler to peel potato or apples? No, they set up a wrong direction. So set up the market, find out the target market first, and then find out which categories people you want to get in, which group you want to get in, and then you develop the products you are really strong in the field. Okay, don't get into a strange field you never in. You try to get the get 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 into the market. Don't do that. Okay, that's my answer. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Prof. Thank you. Maurice, are you satisfied?
Yes, indeed, sir.
Okay.
Reader, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I invite also another other students if you have any question. Yeah, Professor. Maybe one it is a discussion. I'm quite interested also about the topics of the agile in development, but basically in the field of information technology for the software because it's
Yep.
very wide use.
Yep.
What do you think? I mean, the product development. Sometimes we have the full picture of the product,
Yep.
but is it possible for the physical one if we also embedded the agile approach to like electronic products or I mean the physical products, yeah, because sometimes the product is already have the blueprint and already have the fixed requirement.
Yep.
What I know is agile approach is used in many field, many projects in the software engineering. But is it also can be we embed it in the like making tools, making electronic, maybe the electronic one or vehicle because it's more complex, right? It is should be have the very complex blueprint.
Yep.
Professor,
So okay.
please enlighten us.
Okay. For the Asia one, I'm really not familiar with that. But as I know, Asia have something like database we can apply and use it to analyze, okay, to find out the market, where the market precisely, okay. And you remind me, I'm going to purchase a software called OnShip. Okay, the agent just came to me yesterday, and then he showed me that cloud software named OnShip. It's a 3D CAD. I can use that to design my products, and then it has PDM inside embedded in this software. PDM. I don't know if you have that in at Majai or not. Okay, PDM is product data management. Okay, PDM, that's a software to manage your product production data. Okay, that's very important for a factory. A certain scale of manufacturers should have this software in their company. PDM is just like it's a small portion of MES. Okay, and MES maybe somebody call it say it's a part of ERP system. Okay, and some of them say MES is larger than ERP system, but it depends on what are you using. Okay, so thank you for reminding me. I'm going to teach this system maybe next semester. Then I can get more data and then design data, or I can combine with Azure's market data or SAP, SAP, or SAS, those famous statistic company. The
Yes.
software
Yes.
companies have more data
Yeah.
can share with people like us. Then we can develop a good product. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Hope
Thank you.
I can.
Yeah.
Sorry, I cannot answer your whole question. Okay.
No problem. Thank you very much for the enlightenment. Maybe one other question.
Yep.
One more question maybe for from our students. Yeah. Do you have any question? Please don't hesitate. Just feel free, because this is the academic forum that you can share, you can ask Morris and friends. Do you have any, Filbert maybe? Filbert, do you have any question?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, Filbert, do you have one?
Maybe I want to ask about Prof experience maybe about anyways the key success factors about the product development.
The same like the first one.
Yeah. I guess yes.
Okay.
The same question.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Actually,
I'm-
in my I have two experience to design a new product. Okay. But you are actually most of people like us, we are not genius. We cannot design, we cannot develop a totally new product. No, it's tough. But no matter what is the key factors, what are the key factors? I strongly suggest you to use the exist one to modify it. For example, in Taiwan, we have many aging people, which means they are old, but they live alone. They don't live with their families. Okay, so think about it. People who are 80 years old, how can they wear socks? Okay, how can they wear their socks by their own if without any people any person to help him? How can they wear their own socks? Okay, so you may buy some equipment, okay, to help them, but no one is good now. They have their weak point. Okay, so we we redesign it, and then we get a more much better result. Can help them to wear their own circus. Okay, so uh, but this one, as I mentioned in the beginning, is we design it, we redesign it, and then test it. It's very good, but it's it's not it's not commodity finally, since we didn't do a successful market survey, and then I don't even have time to find out use what kind of material, and then I didn't spend time on the industrial design for the shape of this kind of equipment. Okay, or we call it device, whatever. Okay, and then yeah, since we know we visit some age people department, an apartment, we know what they need, but at that time the population is not that big. Okay, so that's why my design wasn't becoming a commodity. Okay, but when I'm not that busy, I'm thinking, yeah, I want to design some good product, and then use human factors to test it, and then to have more quantitative data, and then I can publish as a paper or thesis. That's what I hope. So answer your question. No, actually, no such key factors exist. You should find out by yourself what you want. Okay, what you really want. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Professor and the students. Yeah, I assume if I can conclude that the one of the critical factors is in the beginning is customer, right?
Yeah.
Because once we understand and empathize the customers, it is the first step, yeah, first step to design the good products. Yeah. And Professor also explained many methods to capture the needs and requirement, like interview or focus group discussion or sampling. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any other comments from our students or other students from Vietnam? Maybe you have any question, or you can type if you want. Is there any question? All students, because I appreciate also the professor's time because he has another, yeah, maybe have another agenda.
Okay.
So we have to have to utilize this time. All students, do you have another question, or you can maybe once professor come to Jakarta, we can ask in person, and I think it will be fun, yeah, Professor. Yeah, we can talk and discuss about the product development. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
So yeah, thank you, Professor. So I conclude a few things about this session, Professor. I appreciate your sharing about your knowledge and experience. This is only the beginning because yeah, we are just starting to study these topics this semester, Professor. So maybe yeah, we just have a little or few backgrounds about this, and we will learn further. And it's nice to meet you here, and hopefully we can meet in person in Jakarta or in Taiwan. And so students, give a big applause to Professor.
Thank you.
They're shy, Professor. They kind of okay.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you.
okay, okay. You can okay, before we end the session, why could you all show your camera? All we have a picture. We will have a picture here for our documentation. Morris, please please coordinate Morris teman-temannya biar foto bareng.
Okay, sir. Before we take the picture, maybe you guys can open the camera.
Yeah, please open the camera. Just for this time.
Yeah.
At the end of the session.
But anyway, thank you for Matteo and Morris. Stay with me for the whole time. I think you
Yeah.
must be tired.
No. It's fun. It's fun, Professor.
Okay.
Okay, Morris, bisa capture ya. You can capture the
Okay.
our picture ya. You can give us the comment instruction.
Okay. Get ready, guys. In 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Another page.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, don't forget to fill in the participation form. And in order to, we have to give you some like certificate of this session. Once again, Professor, on behalf of the Industrial Engineering Program at Atmajaya, I thank you very much so much about your time sharing with us, and I'm pretty sure we will meet in the other session.
Yeah.
And have a good day, Professor.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank
and
you.
then
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Marcel, and then Maurice.
Thank you, Max.
Say thank you to Dean Ronald for me. Thank
Oh
you.
yeah, Pak Ronald.
Bye.
Thank you, Pak Ronald.
Bye.
Bye.
All you students. Bye.
Thank you, Professor.